What's up, Jet Nation? I am back. Last couple of weeks, I've been really busy with personal stuff, so I apologize for not posting at all. I know it's been a hard season. I know it's been a lot of stuff going on. So finally, I figured out some time. I made some time for myself to make these videos. So I'm glad to be back on YouTube, and let's get started because the Jets have a lot of crap going on right now. And let's start with Robert Salah. So the story is, on Tuesday morning, the Jets pretty much started their second phase of this hiring process. So the Jets initially interviewed Salah last Friday, and on Tuesday morning, Tom Pelissero of NFL Network reported that he will be flying out to New York, New Jersey, to conduct a in-person interview with the New York Jets. Um, so that night he stayed. He did the interview with Joe Douglas, and then he stayed overnight, probably at a hotel or somewhere near, and he met with Christopher Johnson. He was there all morning. They were conducting interviews all morning on Wednesday, and at the end of the day, he left. He left. There's no information if there was a contract offered or anything was done there. But from what I've heard, he was the number one option for the New York Jets. I don't know what exactly happened. If contract something happened, the Jets didn't offer enough money. He wanted to go test out the market. We don't know. Because Salah, right after he took a flight to Florida, and that's where he was meeting the Philadelphia Eagles representatives. So, there's a lot going on. A lot of people were pissed off. Jet fans thought Salah would be the guy by today on Wednesday, but that did not happen. So, I'm trying to just, there's a lot of people like stressing out. People are, angry, and I would be angry too. But it's a long process. Salah right now, he is a hot candidate. It's true because Eric Bieniemy was a hot target, but right now he's not available. He is not. He's in the playoffs right now. He could be on a Super Bowl run, so he will not be available for maybe a week or two, maybe even 3-4 weeks. So that he's kind of out of the picture for a while. Dable is also with Buffalo, who they don't know how far they're gonna go, and it's just Salah is the guy right now, and there's no really way to say this, but Salah it deserves all the hype. Salah is a candidate that can come in and lead any team. Um, Joe Douglas made it clear before this hiring process started that he wanted a leader. Christopher Johnson also wanted a leader to coach everyone. Not just the offensive side, not the defensive side, this entire team, and just start a new culture, a real culture. And I think that's what Salah does. The 49ers, when he's on the 49ers, you saw on the bench, on the sidelines, him just amping everyone up. Everyone's in everyone's face. Richard Sherman also came out and said, "This guy is it." I mean, people want to play for him, and none of these guys are like, this guy will get a head coaching job because that's how good he is. Kyle Shanahan praised him as well, saying that, I hope I don't lose him. I hope the NFL teams don't see him and I get to keep him because that's how good he is, that he can be a real head coach in the NFL. And I truly believe that. Look, he checks out a lot of boxes. He does. He's a leader, and he will surround himself with guys that know how to play, know how to coach, and he will do whatever it is to pretty much put the best effort to win the game. You saw it with the 49ers. This year in 2020, they lost so many key guys like Nick Bosa. They lost Richard Sherman for a while. They've lost a lot of guys on that defense, but that's still a top 5 defense all year. How? I mean, that's what a good coach does. They pretty much find ways to make it good on the field. I mean, competitive. And that's what a coach does, is make that make that team competitive. Salah does that. Salah is the guy who can figure it out, He figures out some missing pieces and puts it together and tries to put a winning team on the field. And I feel like that as a head coach, he would do the same thing. Look, he is a hot name. I mean, the Falcons interviewed him, the Jaguars interviewed him, the Lions interviewed him, the Chargers interviewed him. Now the Eagles will be interviewing him. So he is a busy, busy guy. I mean, he is very, very busy. Um, but again, he was brought in 2017 by Kyle Shanahan as a defense coordinator. And he was a big part of San Francisco's run for the Super Bowl. I mean, that defense in 2019 was number 2 overall. I mean, he was the reason, they made a big run because that offense was good. Shanahan is amazing. He is a football-minded guy. He's probably one of the best-minded in the NFL. But Saleh kept his word. I mean, he's kept the defense going, the top 2 defense, like I just said. And, that was a big reason that they went to the Super Bowl. But again, like when he lost this season, Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, D Ford, he kept a defense, man. He was 5th in yards allowed this year, 4th in passing yards allowed, and 7th in rushing. That's very, very impressive for a guy who lost all their star players and keeps producing on the field. A lot of people are concerned that you need an offensive coach. The Jets have not been very well offensively for years. Defense always does what they need to do for the most part. And for the past couple of years, the defense is always okay at least, but the offense is terrible. The offense has been terrible, but doesn't mean that we need an offensive guy. After the poor leadership from what we saw with Adam Gase, Saleh completely demolishes what Gase is. I mean, the leadership part is there for Saleh. He will bring guys for the offensive side. He will surround the staff around him that will work the offense. And, Mike McDaniel is an option, Mike LaFleur. I mean, he's going to bring guys that are worthy of making a difference on offense. I mean, Mike LaFleur is very good under Shanahan, and even Mike McDaniel, the run game coordinator or the passing game coordinator, I forgot which one it is, but they are both good. They're under Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan, again, is very, very respected around the league, and they produce very good. That tree will be very decent, especially if you get a young quarterback. We got to figure out, is it going to be Justin Fields? It's going to be Zach Wilson, or is it going to be Sam Darnold? That's what it is right now. No matter who's under center, you got to be confident that one of these guys will be able to do it. I think bringing him in is very important. I mean, so initially I had Joe Brady as number 1, and then Eric Bieniemy as number 2. Actually, I had Matt Campbell at number 1. Joe Brady at number 2, Eric Bieniemy at 3, and then I had Saleh. Campbell obviously is going back. Brady is still, up in the air. Jets maybe will have a in-person interview with him. Eric Bieniemy right now, he's in the playoffs, so you can't really interview him. And Saleh is a guy that, a lot of people did not know about until like 3 days ago when this got all serious. Saleh is a very, very awesome candidate. And hopefully that he comes back to the Jets. I mean, this is a quote that Kyle Shanahan gave before the season ended about him. He said, "I don't know what's wrong with people if they don't hire him." I mean, he's as good as you can get, and he's going to hire the best staff. He knows about players. He knows who knows what they are talking about. And, so I hope everyone's not very smart and doesn't hire them so I can keep him. I mean, I know that doesn't mean to a lot of people. Quotes doesn't mean really a lot to a lot of people. I can't speak right now. But he's a guy. I mean, he is a solid candidate. I think the Jets need to bring him back in. Hopefully, Saleh is just trying to look at all his options. I think Saleh, that's what he's doing because he has options from 5 other teams. And he's trying to just figure out exactly what he needs to do. and which place benefits him the most, and which place is offering the most money, the best fit, the best team in general. So I think the Jets still are in it. The Jets are still in every category right now, and it's right now you can't really get upset because we don't know what exactly Joe Douglas' plan is. It's all speculation of who his number one is, number two is. So we just gotta wait and see what he decides. But I like where this is going. I like who they're looking at. I like who they're trying to interview and try to get going. I'm not very a big fan of Arthur Smith though. But I think he might be ending up in Atlanta. So I'm not too worried about it. But the Jets did meet with him Wednesday night for dinner. So it's gonna be a long process. But I hope Saleh comes back. I think he'll be a great fit for the Jets personally, and I hope I really hope he's the guy that comes in, and he would be the slam dunk signing for the Jets, and I truly believe that. I think they can build around him, and again, I wouldn't worry about it yet, but if he walks away, it'll be a big loss. So that's it for that. If you like the video, please hit the subscribe button. Again, I haven't done this in a while, so this might have been a really, really rough video. Definitely leave a comment. I'll be much more active, and I'll get much better throughout the days, the weeks coming up. So you can follow me on LoyalNYJetFans on Instagram and Twitter. My podcast at Loyal Sports Media Podcast. And, again, thank you guys for all the support, and go Jets.